Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Dami. By the title of this video you can tell what this video is going to be about, but just in case you're seeing my face for the very first time, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Dami. Like I earlier said, I live in Brisbane, Australia. I am a Nigerian, just in case you don't know by now, and I relocated to Australia about 3 years ago. It's going to be 3 years this month of October, and I'm so grateful to God for thus far He has helped me. I would say anywhere at any time, this is the best life decision we made as a family to move here. At the beginning, we're not sure of what the future holds, but on this day, 3 years mark, it's not 3 years, it's going to be 3 years in a few weeks this month, but on this very day, at this point in our lives, we'll look back and we are grateful we made that step. But yeah, what do I want to say, and why am I saying all of this? I just want to, because before we came here, right, Australia is not a popular relocation, or is not popular in Nigeria for Nigerians to migrate to, and I understand very well. One being that Australia is very far. I traveled home recently and it took me almost 24 hours to get to Nigeria, so that's a bit like overboard, because with the US, I think, I don't know, depending on what state you're flying out from the United States, is between 12 to 15 hours depending, and that all of this is without layovers. Remember, with Australia there's no choice, like there is no direct flight, so scrap it. You have to have a layover either in South Africa, in Doha, in Dubai, depending on the airline you go with, and it's about 22 to, it can even go as far as 40 something hours to get to Australia, to Nigeria. Anyway, enough of that, all those stories. So I was saying, we relocated to Australia and it's been wonderful, and I've just taken it upon myself to put the word out there that this country is beautiful. Forget the spiders and all of those things you've heard. These are snakes. Yeah, forget about all of those things. Forget the distance, because at the end of the day, as I would say, you will not trek. It is far, but you are still not going to trek. You will still go by air, right? So yeah, I want to just encourage one or two persons that this country, it's a dream country. It is beautiful. It has amazing resources to just help your life and keep things going. But yeah, out of all the wonderful and amazing things and experience we've had, I've just listed 7 things that stands out for me personally, and why I would choose Australia over and over again amongst all other Western countries. So with that said, let's get into the video. For me would be the salary / wages / whatever you want to call it. Bro, the salary in Australia is huge. Like, don't let's sugarcoat it. The salary is high. Okay, maybe don't tell anybody, let's keep it a secret, but the salary here is high compared to other Western countries. You know what I mean? So I will put a flip up here. You can see for yourself, and this is something that is publicly available. Outside of this chart, I have other countries. So we have the US is at $7.25. That is the minimum wage. We have Canada that has 15 Canadian dollars. We have the UK at £9.50, and we have Australia at $21.38. I know, yes, I know you're going to say, but pounds is higher than the dollar and than Australian dollars, but if you convert it, regardless, you're still not going to get the same thing. And I know some other people would come and say, but things are expensive in Australia. It depends on where you're looking at it from. But with that said, Australia has a very good salary wage, and I feel that people are adequately compensated for the work that they do. I remember, and there's this I think is another point I put in, but there's this Fair Work that reviews your pay, like salary, at every point in time. Because I remember when I came into Australia, the first month my salary was reviewed because it did not meet some policies somewhere I had no idea about. I did not have to start saying, oh, you people, this is the salary that was in my contract and it does not meet my living expenses after arriving here. Like, I did not have to stress myself. All of these things are done, like there's control and is managed somewhere at the background. And I just realized that my salary was reviewed and my salary was increased. Anyway, enough of the salary. Let's move on to the next thing that makes me love this special country. Another one is, for someone who have lived in the UK, I've been to the US, and coming to Australia, I would say Australia and the US are almost on at the same level on this one. And what stands out is the fact that the houses here are big sizes. Like the sizes are just massive compared to what you will get in the UK. This is not to solve my darling UK darling, you know, I got love for you people, but the houses here are big, and to top it up, they are beautiful. The house, like, I don't know what it is about the interiors of the houses in Australia, but their houses are just beautiful, and it's just lovely. You know, when you're raising kids and you have a big yard, you can do a lot of things, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity to live here. Like, the houses are beautiful. That's just it. I've checked houses in Australia, US, and the UK. I will choose Australia any day, anytime, for the sizes of the house, and of course the interior and the level of work that is done into put into construction of houses in Australia. I'll choose Australia. The next one is quality of life. Coming from Nigeria and then living in Australia, oh my gosh, the quality of life is, you cannot quantify it. You know, there's peace. So I'm not saying that there are no days that we're in the news, there are things that are scary, but from where I'm coming from, yeah, so this would vary from person to person, but from where I'm coming from Lagos, Nigeria. Comparing it here, the quality of life that we have, talk up onto the food. Like, I was telling someone that I would trade certain things to just have this peaceful life where I don't have constant like panic attacks that what will happen. I remember I used to work very late at work, and then driving home was always a risk, because I'm just scared, like, what will happen, will I get home safely? And here I don't have to have like think about all of that. I'm just like, I still have to be safe. Like, some things, yeah, you still have to be safe. You don't expose yourself to danger because you feel like nothing would happen, but it's just different. The quality of life overall, it is beautiful, it is amazing. I'm just able to focus my mind on more important things compared to thinking of things I did not have control over. I'm not thinking about electricity. What if the power goes off? Like you know, like, I cannot just, you understand. If you're a Nigerian, I feel you understand where I'm coming from. Or if you're from Africa, even South Africa, I feel you have a bit of understanding. Like, I'm not going on the road with the fear of the risk of someone shooting me or just doing anything absurd on the way. And with the US as well, you know how this gone, there's no, like, it's just, see, don't let me go into details, but that's what it is. The third thing for me is the quality of life. The first one for me would be the good weather. And this is not comparing to Nigeria, because I think the weather in Nigeria is fine, and that was not it's not my issue. But this, comparing this to Canada, the UK, and the US, maybe some states. If I was in Houston, it's similar. The weather in Houston is quite similar to what we have in Brisbane, because I live in Brisbane. I don't know of any other states in Australia, but Queensland has a very good weather. Like, across the year, it is like the winter is manageable. We are not in the extremes. Like, there are days I could literally go out with this and just a tiny jacket, nothing too heavy. So the weather is good compared to the winter of Canada. Like, gosh, I'm grateful I am here. The weather is just so beautiful, and there's really nothing of concern that I would say. I'm happy with the weather. The next one would be checking the livable cities in the world. You don't want to see what the, I'm giving you an assignment. Check this on, I'll put the website up. Check this website and see the 10 least livable cities in the world. It's a shame, but I'm not going to put it out here. But anyways, some of the states in Australia in 2021 made it to this list, and that just tells you, like, one country has 3 states. I think in 2021 report we had Adelaide, Victoria, and Brisbane, but in 2022 we have Melbourne. So yeah, it just says a lot of things about the quality of life, because what happens is this particular report, it encompasses different factors, you know. So it's not just, oh, it's beautiful. Like, everything you can think of is what is considered to generate this report and come up with this state/countries to live in. So yeah, it's one of the livable cities in the world, and why won't I choose to live here? It's just amazing living here. I cannot explain. And then the next is the endless opportunities that have, like, that is made available to you if you live in Australia. And I'm so, like, that is one thing I'm so grateful for. At the beginning it looks like will we get there, because it's almost seemed like we were starting all over again. But it's just to show you that there's a plan, like the government has plan for everyone living here, regardless of how you came in, so far you're able to meet the different visa streams requirements. Once you become a permanent resident, there's a plan. You can plan your life. I can look at what my income is now and plan around it. God forbid job loss and all of those things. But I just feel that the opportunity available to us is endless. It now depends on how we take those opportunities, utilize it, and then it materializes into something wonderful and in line with our plans and goals. So yeah, the opportunities are just like, it's just endless. That's it. So lastly would be the people in Australia are quite friendly, nice, and easy to work with. Remember, I came in on a work visa, and I feel like the onboarding I got was so good that it was hard for me to, it might be a firm thing, but it would have been hard for me to miss it. Or maybe I was just lucky enough to start working with amazing people. I have a buddy in the office who would put me through everything. If I asked a question, she would send me like just one question, she would send me everything that will help me to get through, like to pass through that phase and move on to something else. It was just amazing, the level of support I received at work, especially because that was my first contact point when I came in. So I've just had an amazing experience. Like, most people are usually nice. I'm not saying there are people who are not who they are, you know what I mean, but at the end of the day, the higher percentage of the people are usually very, very nice. And Australia is filled with like lots of migrants, so you can be sure you would meet a lot of people. It's a very multicultural environment, like diverse people from different places. I've mentioned here before, like in my office, we were about 6-7 recruits that started on the same day, and like the 6 or 7 of us were from different countries, which was amazing. So yeah, let me see, is there any other thing I'm missing? The bonus point I'm just going to add is health insurance like Medicare. The US, it is quite expensive. For health insurance, it is expensive, but Australia has Medicare if you're a permanent resident. If you're not a permanent resident, you still have to pay the private insurance, which is quite on the high side. But yeah, that's about it. I love living here. It's been fun. I'm grateful. Most importantly, more than anything, I am grateful for the opportunity to live here. Please, if Australia is on your mind, forget spiders, forget snakes, forget all of those things that like you're reading on the internet. I've been living in Australia and I've seen more snakes on the internet in Australia than I have seen living here for 3 years. So please forget all of those things, forget it, and then try coming to Australia. It's so beautiful. I want to see more people of my color around, and then yeah, it will be a good vibe to have more people here. So anyway, that's what I have to say in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, but before you leave, please do ensure you give this video a thumbs up, you share, you drop a comment if you have any questions, or you just want to add to it if you live in Australia. And that will be all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.